Smartphones have almost completely replaced the traditional mobile phone. They can be really useful even on a construction site. But how useful are such high-tech mobile phones on a rough construction site? Splashing water, dust and dirt are everywhere. Outdoor smartphones can be a solution for this kind of problem. Devices with IP67 certification promise to be dust and waterproof. Bauforum24 TV puts 3 outdoor phones with IP67 classification and Android operating system to the test. The Sony Xperia Go, the Samsung Galaxy S4 Active and the CAT B15 from Caterpillar. Sony's smartphone is the lightest of the 3, weighing only 110 grams. Samsung's S4 weighs 153 grams, while the B15 is the heavyweight at 170 grams. And that's no surprise, the CAT B15 is the only shock-resistant smartphone in this comparison. The headphone plug as well as the USB port of the Sony Xperia Go are protected by a cover. Sony has a 3.5-inch LCD screen with a resolution of 320 to 480 pixels. With a dual-core processor, a 1 GHz clock rate and 512 MB of RAM, it offers a solid performance. The Samsung Galaxy S4 Active has a cover for the USB port, whereas the headphone plug is waterproof without any additional cover. It has a 5-inch LCD screen with a full HD resolution of 1080 to 1920 pixels. It has also the best display in bright daylight, but the size can be a problem if you want to use it one-handed. The S4 Active is the only phone that has a quad-core processor with 1.9 GHz. Together with a 2 GB of RAM, it delivers the best performance. The S4 can be operated with gloves, however you have to apply more pressure for the display to recognize the input. Caterpillar's B15 ports are protected from dust and water by robust covers. As a construction equipment manufacturer, Caterpillar is known for its heavy equipment machines, and that heritage has been successfully passed to the phone. The visual impression leaves no doubt of its ruggedness. However, in use it is surprisingly light. In comparison with the Samsung, you can easily use it one-handed. The phone is equipped with a 4-inch LCD screen with a resolution of 480 to 800 pixels. In addition, it has a 1 GHz dual-core processor with 512 MB of RAM. Similar to the Sony Xperia Go, it offers a solid performance. The Caterpillar smartphone is the only one in the test that can be used with 2 SIM cards simultaneously. It makes sense when you don't want to carry 2 devices. B15 users have access to pre-installed links to several Caterpillar websites, but some users can have a critical attitude towards those gimmicks. Besides technical details, the practical experience is also very important. First, discipline, ringtone volume and vibration alert. Sony's mobile gets respectable results with its volume and vibration performance. The winner in this category is the Samsung Galaxy S4 Active. Its vibration alert is strong and it has a very loud ringtone volume. The CAT B15 can't keep up with that. Ringtone volume and vibration alert are too faint, therefore barely noticeable on the construction site. All mobile phones have a good voice quality. Second discipline, the camera. 2 years ago, cameras in a mobile phone were pointless. But nowadays, the cameras are a serious threat to traditional compact cameras. The camera quality has become a key feature when acquiring a new smartphone. The Sony Xperia Go offers a good 5-megapixel camera. The delay of the trigger is noticeable, but the autofocus feature works just fine. In daylight, the camera delivers sharp and high contrast pictures. The automatic white balance doesn't always work properly. The Samsung Galaxy S4 Active has the best camera in this category. With its 8-megapixel camera, it shoots the best photos. Colors and sharpness are perfect. Autofocus and the trigger delay are in a league of their own. First discovery on the B15, the camera has no flash. That means that the B15 has a big disadvantage when it comes to shooting in low light conditions. But also in good conditions, the B15's 5-megapixel camera sensor is a disappointment. Trigger delay and autofocus are decent. Next up, our dustproof test. Is it possible to use the dirty phones after a quick cleanup? Our test demonstrates all mobile phones are dustproof. But after cleaning them up, we noticed that Samsung's touchscreen has problems when operated with wet fingers. Discipline 4. Water resistance. In accordance to IP67 certification, all 3 devices need to be waterproof for up to 30 minutes in a 1 meter deep water. After 30 minutes, all phones got damp, but their functionality was not affected. All phones were resistant to water, so in conclusion, all candidates get points. The CAT B15 looks as if water and dust are not the end of it all. As a nice extra, the phone can also withstand a drop from a height of 1.8 meters. In our test, it had no problem being dropped onto concrete. During our shoot, it had to overcome the ordeal several times. Except some small scratches, there were no signs of damage. It continued to work without any restraints. The high shock resistance is accomplished through hardened aluminum and shock-absorbing rubber. The results. All 3 outdoor smartphones are more suited for construction sites than normal smartphones. The CAT B15 is the best phone for a rough construction site. The Samsung and the Sony smartphone are also dust and water resistant, however, these two won't resist a drop on concrete. The B15 disappoints with a weak vibration alert and ringtone volume, as well as the worst camera in this comparison. Samsung S4 Active is the winner in terms of performance and features. It is the quickest phone. The Full HD display is a dream come true for surfing the web and watching videos. Even the camera is in a league of its own. In our test, this phone did not show any real weakness. However, if you consider the price, this phone is also in a league of its own. It all depends if the priorities of the user justify the price. Sony Xperia Go is a good deal, and for relatively little money you get IP67 certification. Feature-wise, it's only modest. If you need the newest Android and a Full HD display, you should look elsewhere. However, for everybody else the features should be enough. We liked the Sony in our test because it was straightforward to operate and had no big issues. The Sony Xperia Go is Bauforum24's best value for money recommendation. The Samsung Galaxy S4 Active is Bauforum24's performance tip. The CAT B15 is Bauforum24's construction site tip. All in all, even for construction sites you can get an affordable smartphone for around 200 euros. But also, the common smartphone user should take a look at these alternatives based on the ruggedness or style of these smart workhorses.
Bauforum24 TV. Construction in motion. www.bauforum24.tv